ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
I call him Kash Patel because I feel like he is there for the theater. You know,
I do feel like it is a performance. Everything about it is
Jesus.
a show, for sure.
All right. So, Smiz, where should I start? We got a bunch of Kash Patel clips of people telling him how unqualified he is, which I love. I love it. Let me see. Let's start. Who do I want to start with? Who? Wes Hunt. Yeah, because he's got some of my name in his name. Okay, this is the exchange with Representative Wes Hunt and Kash Patel. Play it.
When your predecessor sat right there in that seat a couple of years, last year in a committee hearing, I asked him a very detailed question about Matthew Thomas Crooks, the shooter responsible for the assassination attempt on President Trump's life. I did get an answer from Chris Wray that day, and I submitted written questions to the FBI and into the record of this committee. And I want to resubmit those questions today because I think we are still awaiting answers to those questions. So, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to submit them for the record, please. I'd like to ask you, sir, and the FBI, under your leadership, would you please respond to these questions, and can you commit to doing that?
As soon as the trial's over.
Thank you very much.
There's no trial.
What?
The man got killed. What trial is he talking about?
As soon as the trial's over.
He said it's a... Yo, no, this is... You know what's scary about this? At least J. Edgar Hoover, who was allegedly a cross-dressing racist and might have been black, like Babe Ruth. And, you know, usually people doth protest too much when they start going after people. You usually are telling on yourself. Mm-hmm. He was qualified. You know, he rose up in the ranks. He was a horrible person. But he rose up through the ranks of the FBI and knew this. I don't trust this man to know. This is scary.
I don't trust him to know anything. He is so committed to the sarcasm. Like, he actually doesn't know some of the time that they're having exchanges that he is getting eaten up because he is so snarky that he thinks that he's winning. Like,
there was, I forgot who, I had this clip, but I didn't decide to use it today. But he literally had a children's book that he wrote. And one of the, I know we had a clip. I wasn't going to play it. Okay. Check this out, Amber.
Most other new FBI directors drew on their experience as FBI agents. You didn't have that. But you did write a picture book trilogy for children ages 5 and up based on your experience clashing with President Trump's political enemies. In your book, you describe your literary alter ego, Kash the Knight, as a wacky, easily bored wizard carrying out King Donald's vengeance by driving his enemies out of the kingdom. In the books, King Donald is besieged by the evil Hillary Queentown, but saved in the end by Kash. Then Kash goes on to catch mules who are stealing the 2020 election for the great King Donald from Sleepy Joe. And then in the third book, Kash takes down the Dragon of the Jalapenos, nicknamed the DOJ. Your supporters had hoped that you would graduate from imagining yourself a romantic fairy tale knight to actually running America's premier federal law enforcement agency. Alas, just as we've learned how dangerous it is to put a science-denying anti-vaxxer in charge of our public health, we've learned how dangerous it is to name as director of the FBI a man who thinks of himself as a fairy tale knight who keeps a fire-breathing dragon named DOJ at home to forcibly drive villains out of the kingdom.
We're a joke right now.
It's
This
like
country.
we're cooked. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, you could not make anything. You could not have asked a toddler to make up something this ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The unfortunate part of it being this ridiculous is that it makes so many people tune out, and we do need some attention.
True. That's true.
We need some attention. It's so ridiculous. It's exhausting. So people are just like, I'm out.
This is the one where I was like, Columbia is looking really good. the country right now. This is one where I was like, Portugal's got this very open immigration law. I'm looking at Rosie O'Donnell in Ireland. Before we play this next clip, Rosie O'Donnell left the country because she knew this president was petty enough to target her.
Target her. Yep.
Like completely up in her life, and her legal team said you should leave because there's no place to go, there's no justice, and maybe she'll be embroiled in lawsuits or trying to get out of spending a lot of money to fight whatever he's throwing at her. Like Lisa Cook, who we're going to talk about as well, is being hemmed up, and you know how many Federal Reserve governors? Why this woman? There are other people that are opposing the Fed hike, the slashing of the interest rates. She's not the only one. Why are you targeting her? Why her? Why Lisa Cook? All right, let's play this Cash. He is wildly unqualified. And somebody said that Cory Booker said that he probably will not be there. But I don't know Cory Booker. Like, I don't think Trump is going to cut him loose because what they're doing is undermining this government so that they can completely run a Boston.
Exactly.
So they need buffoons because buffoons
I
do
want somebody
things
that's
wrong.
gonna follow what I say. That's what I'm looking for.
Correct.
I don't need you to be smart.
No, competent, capable. None of that is necessary. We got a wrestling chick as head of education. Before her, she's worse than Betsy DeVos. I thought it couldn't get worse. She's worse. She thinks A1 is steak sauce. AI is steak sauce. All right, let's play this last Cash Patel clip.
Dylan Roof, who followed white supremacist propaganda, murdered 9 black parishioners in Charleston in 2015. Do you deny this?
I'm sorry. Dylan Ruth?
Roof?
Can you give me some more information?
You're head of the FBI, you probably know this. If you don't know, that's fine.
You can give me a reminder. I've got a lot in front of me.
It was national news.
Yo, that was Representative Sydney Dove from California's 37th district.
It's the way he addresses them. Like he has this confidence. Like he talks to them from a place of confidence, but he sounds absolutely ridiculous. I think it's confusing for people who don't know what they're looking at. Like I really think people think he knows what he just said something that made it sound like if you have no context and you don't know who Dylan Roof is, what he said made sense. I'm sorry, I have a lot in front of me. Like, what? I mean, give me some context. So that's what I'm saying. It's so dangerous because everything he says, even when he is getting eaten alive, he says it with his whole chest. It is the wildest thing I've ever seen.
But we're here, and let me just say, I hesitate to play a lot of those things and get engaged in a lot of the conversation because I know that people are tired, and I'm intentional. By the time you get to me at 3:00, the world is on fire, and it's like that dog with the glasses inside the burning. I think it's a SpongeBob episode where he said everything's on fire, and by the time you get here, I want to give you a little joy, a little inspiration, a little hope, and I'm gonna give you the news, and we're gonna, which is why Friday's dedicated to that. But I'm sprinkling in fun throughout the week because we need it, but at the same time, and I think this is the goal too, Amber, they're inundating us with
for sure.
crazy things and each one more ridiculous than the next, where you're like, this is unprecedented, and before you know, you get used to it. Okay, what'd he do today? And that's the goal, to get us so exhausted, but we can't get deterred.
It's more than just that you can't be exhausted. It's that you have to be intentional about being okay. Like, it's not just not being exhausted. That's really what I'm trying to get people through on Humaning Well, is like, I want you to understand that, like, it's not enough to just be like, I'm not going to let them harvest my energy. It has to also be, I am intentionally making sure that I am refueling. I am intentionally building the connections I need. I am intentionally investing in my creativity or community or whatever. Like, it's not enough to just be like, oh, I'm not about to let them consume my day. But
how? Yes. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. The caller that we had, the brother that was on before, and I don't mean to dismiss you, but what I need to tell everybody, and Amber is saying this too, that we have to be intentional about how we even describe the things that are happening.
Yeah.
This is a battle. This is not left and right politics. This is not about Democrats and Republicans. It's not really, this is not about whites and blacks.
It's
Although
not even
race
men
is
and women.
It's not men and women. It's none of the things that you think this is. Okay, this is a total power grab at your expense, at my expense. And it doesn't matter what your social. If you're not a billionaire, you're not in this. Okay, and that means that you can be rolled upon. So if I forgot who said it, if white men like Jimmy Kim, we had this clip, Smith. Do you have it? If white men, if they're going after white men, then oh my goodness, which clip was that?
They don't care about your race. They don't care about your age. They don't care about none of that. They care about, do you have money? And have you written a book that amplifies my reach? Have you recruited some young people to identify with my cause? They don't care about your race, your ethnicity. None of that is a factor. That's not it. We got to figure out how to be okay with each other beyond the little petty stuff they throw in the mix.
The fact that the trans thing became such a thing, and how many times has Caitlyn Jenner been to Mar-a-Lago using a women's room? Like, y'all, how many times did Grindr get shut down during the Republican convention? Like they're playing in your face and making you upset about something that they really don't care about.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.